one thing I want to say, and this is I'm saying to Singaporean, okay? Let's say if you feel that you think that the government should protect your job, right? And you feel that foreigners come in Singapore and take your jobs, right? I think the right mindset is not like we should protect our jobs for us Singaporean. It's not like that. I think that is not the right way. What you should do is people steal your jobs, right? You go and steal other people's jobs.
Why do you want to come and steal our jobs?
Yeah, why do you come and steal our jobs?
Please answer the question. Don't talk about the supply and demand.
Yeah, I have an answer for that. Don't worry. I just forgot. It's not like I avoided that.
Kelvin, yes.
What attracted you? Is it our girls?
Welcome back to episode 23 of the Backholder Pod. So today with us, it's the same old people, Eric, Kelvin, Putty, and me. So I think this time around, rather than saying that it's a finance-related topic, I think recently there was this video that essentially blew up on both Twitter and TikTok. So we'll just play a short commentary and to essentially discuss about what's exactly going on in the Singapore context. So before that, let me share my screen. So this Twitter thread essentially gained a lot of views. I think 1.1 million views, and used very fanciful languages. I'm gonna beep it out, but yeah, to the one recording this video, big F to you. Shameful effing attitude. Our job's getting lesser because of people like you. But anyway, I think just to play this very short clip so that you guys get more context.
You stay your distance, huh? I'm begging you. Okay, illegal rider doing our local delivery job. He 827. This guy keep coming close to me and take out receipt. If not, I will call police now. Very simple. Receipt. You don't come Singapore, okay? You hold. This one what? Full Panda, Scott Square. Just now I saw you take what? 9171. Okay. And here's the food. The rider trying to cover his face. Okay, where are you from? No, why are you from? Where are you from? You're not supposed to come to Singapore do this, huh? I'm telling you, our job is getting lesser because of people like you. You don't need to do this, okay?
Okay, I'll stop sharing. That's a little bit too hard to watch. So I think Eric, maybe we'll get you to comment first on this viral trend, or I don't know, this viral video.
Yeah, when I first saw this on TikTok, I was very disturbed by it. I didn't know that delivery, right, is only open to like citizens and PR. I think it's something like a taxi driver or something like that, right? Where it's a sort of like a protected trade for the locals. So I think the law-wise, right, I get what the person recording was trying to say that foreigners even trying to snatch their last fun one away from them, because this is like the last bastion of jobs that they can have. And then if they come in and also compete on this, then they won't be able to earn a living anymore. So that's the reason why he was so upset. But I'm just disturbed by like the way he bullied the other person. I mean, looking past the fact that maybe he is like doing something that is not allowed by the law, he shouldn't be doing this, but the way that he humiliated this person, I felt that was a little bit uncalled for. I mean, he could have just reported instead of like putting it on a video and then sharing it on social media. And then the person was already like begging him on his knees, like just praying to him, like, please stop, he's sorry and all that. And the person still like, wow, very, I think the I don't know what do you call this kind of bullying, is like you come to my country and then you do this illegal thing. Basically, I have the right to treat you like less than a human being. So which I think is, to me personally, I don't think that's the right way to do things. Yeah, so that's my take.
What about Kelvin?
So I think if it's illegal in Singapore, then it's illegal in Singapore. There's nothing much to say about it. But what I'm wondering, what if it's actually legal, will we have the same reaction that foreigners are coming into Singapore to steal their jobs? Because I think this sentiment is actually quite common for Singaporeans, right? That expats are coming in and stealing their jobs, buying up their property, stealing their girls, right? The word for it is called sarong party girl or whatever, right? So I think this sentiment is very common, but I'm wondering what if the expats are coming in and stealing all the local stuff, then is this reaction justified then if it's illegal?
Yeah, right. I think to frame the discussion a little bit better, because this idea of it predicated on it being illegal, right? So there's honestly no the person recording, he could have had a little bit more I guess courtesy by not doing something like that. But if he wishes to report, I think he's still doing something right lah, because it's right by the law. Then I think circling back to what Kelvin is saying, at least from the government's perspective, we are introducing talents in. So we are talking about like a lot of the high income expats lah, that comes in to do a lot of your managerial or even the top level kind of jobs. And we need these kind of people to essentially support or help elevate the entire economic competitiveness of Singapore. So I think that I'll throw the question over to Bunti though, because Bunti is actually a high income, high skilled worker that is here to steal our jobs, quote unquote.
He's
So
here
maybe
to
Bunti
steal
are
our
just-
jobs. Bunti
and
is here to steal our job.
Right. So Bunti,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
comments.
My first reaction to Eric when you shared this video is that actually what kind of discussion that we want to have on this, right? Because it could be something like a moral discussion. So am I going to defend the person who's shooting this video, talking about him, whether he's got moral or not moral? Anyway, he's pointing out something that's illegal, right? That's one point. Or is it like a policy discussion? Like, should government ban foreigners from taking up this kind of job, right? So that's a policy discussion. Or you can frame it to other like the social discussion and so on. So many different angles to look at this now. So, but talking about my personal view is that I don't like this kind of protection stuff, because the more you protect, right, what happens is that because for every jobs there's always supply and demand. So I'm on the camp that prefer things to be more open, meaning that as long as there are people willing to work, then we should have a policy to support that so that there's more workers, then prices also cheaper, right? For example, like this one is delivery. It could be like a Grab driver. Let's say if there are more people driving Grab, what happens is that the price of the Grab fee will be lower. So everyone get to enjoy, right? So every transactions, of course, there's some gain from it. Like I save time by paying, then you gain my money by driving for me. So we both gain, right? So you need to encourage these kind of things as much as possible. I don't like the kind of like protectionism policy. But back to this is that because this is already a law, so the guy is doing something illegal. So if it is reported, I think that's fair, right? Because this is already decided by the government. It's already in the law, so we have to respect that. But talking about moral or not, of course, the person who shoot this video and post on social media, I don't think that's moral things to do, lah. Yeah. There's better way to handle it. Yeah.
I just want to comment on Bunti's. Oh, sorry, Eric.
No, because I wanted to reply to Bunti, right? What was the point of sharing this with you guys? Because I wanted to get your views on whether or not, like, is the social compact here in Singapore, right? Is it like a feeling some sort of a strain? Like the people are angsty that, maybe that guy was forced out of his job. We don't know. The guy that's recording, he could be retrenched or whatnot. He has a hard time finding a job. Then when he found this delivery job, and he said, finally, I have a job that probably I can do for long. And then he sees this foreigner illegally stealing his job, and he was very upset. So I think it boils down to the first point, right? What came to my mind is, why is this person so angry, so upset? I mean, if you generally, your job is secure and everything, right? You're doing quite okay. You probably, okay, maybe you report the person out of righteousness or whatnot for the law, right? But you won't be so upset. That was what I was trying to.
Yeah, but I don't think so. One thing, there's a bit of details here is that this job that we're talking about is the delivery job. Meaning that, let's say the guy, right, let's say who shoot the video, he himself is jobless. I think he going to apply with Foodpanda or Grab rider or whatever. He's still able to get the job, right? Because usually for this type of job, it's not like you limited. You got only like 5 positions now filled up by some illegal people. Then we cannot hire you anymore. It's not like the CEO. Like how many bank CEO you have? Maybe like only 3 in Singapore, right? But for this kind of delivery jobs, it's like I think if you apply, you still can work, right? So at least that's my impressions.
No, I'm not saying he's jobless now. I'm saying that he probably has been doing this job for quite a while. Then he see people like sort of, it's the impression that they are stealing his job, stealing his orders.
Yeah, I'm saying
in the same area.
I'm saying his jobs is not stolen if we're talking about this job specifically, because you can have more driver doing the same things.
I think what Eric wanted to focus on was maybe his previous job where he was retrenched already, then he found this new job. And then now this new job is increased competitiveness because of the illegal people that came into the space.
I disagree with this kind of sentiment. Imagine, right, now I want to meet my friend. I go and take the Grab, right? Okay, take Grab, go to your place, meet you guys. Then the moment I step down from the Grab car, right? Oh yeah, I saw the driver is foreigners. Go and scold them. How come you're going to drive Grab? For example, right, it's like you are unhappy with all forms of foreigner taking up the job in Singapore. If that you get angry, right? Then every day you'll be angry, you know, and ultimately you are the one that pay the cost by, you know, when you need to call for a Grab to go somewhere, nobody working, like you can't get a driver. So do you want to have that kind of situations? So give and take lah. I think someone willing to work, don't be that angry lah. So will be a tough life, you know, having this kind of mentality.
Actually, for Bunti, the different equality, I had this same thinking a while ago. Like everything is equal, right? Everyone should have equal rights, equal chance to finding a job, lah. So why are you angry that people are stealing your jobs? Then I went to research this a bit more. I realized one thing. The expats who come into Singapore, right, are usually people who are top tier people from other countries.
Like Bunti.
Yeah, Bunti, top tier.
Like for example,
talent.
if Bunti is not good enough, right, he can only stay in Malaysia, right? He can't find a job.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't think that's what we want.
Or at least that was from my experience. Like I graduated in Malaysia Malaysia A levels. Then only the top 10% were able to come to Singapore to study. So in a way, right, you are bringing the best from other countries to compete with everyone from all levels of society in Singapore. So in a way, probably that guy is angsty because he's competing with elites from all around the world and he feels very outbidded, like price out, sort of that thing. So that's why the government is trying to protect some things like Grab stuff, Grab delivery rider stuff and all the jobs. I think that is well justified that he's angry. Doesn't mean that he's okay to do that. So I understand what's going on here.
Now suddenly we come to like a debate between Singaporean versus foreigners. Then suddenly I'm in the foreigners camp. But one thing I want to say, and this is I'm saying to Singaporean, okay? Let's say if you feel that you think that the government should protect your job, right? And you feel that foreigners come in Singapore and take your jobs, right? I think the right mindset is not like we should protect our jobs for us Singaporean. It's not like that. I think that is not the right way. What you should do is people steal your jobs, right? You go and steal other people's jobs. And you don't steal Malaysia jobs, Indonesian job. You go and steal the better one, European, US, Australia, or whatever, right? Because now, ultimately, if you have something of value, you can deliver, you can extract out of it. Do it, man. Just steal other people's job. This is like open market. That's how we create value over time.
But here the thing is like, if he's not so talented and he can't even steal the jobs in Singapore, how is he going to steal jobs elsewhere?
I think don't assume too much. We don't even know who's the person who shoot that video.
I feel like everybody, it's at the end of the day, right? If you look at it from a marketplace perspective, it's all exchange of value. So I'm sure that he has something that he can provide of value. It's just that this video the uploading of this video has painted him in a very bad light. But I'm sure everybody, through experience, hard work, and whatever, they're able to kind of look at it. Being a YouTuber, you just go up, talk, and then you talk. You send one video up, it sends to the whole world. It's not even, you're not even competing. Like I'm sure when Kelvin uploads a video, he's not thinking, oh, how am I gonna how am I gonna attract more Singaporean viewers? Because it's an international platform and you are competing globally. So that's the entire idea of why you need to. I mean, I do agree to Bunti's mindset, by the way, not in terms of trying to steal other people's job, but the mindset should always be how you are gonna improve yourself in the marketplace so that you extract more value. That's my logic. And this entire idea of like foreigners versus Singaporeans kind of thing, right? I think it has always been there. I need to circle back to Eric's discussion, right? It has always been there. It's just that it works as like some sort of wave pattern, meaning when there are some issues and then people start fanning it, then the emotions get high again, then people get angsty. And then when people are happy, government give out money, elections are done, then everybody start going normal, living peacefully again. So I think you add in a lot of all these discussions, right? Well, GST hike lah, elections gonna come out lah, government giving money lah, then I think some of the opposition people, I'm not going to name names, but they've been fanning this SICA Act about this relationship or this bilateral agreement between Singapore and India, and there are tech people coming in. And then they were saying that how some of the DBS Bank was hiring a lot, like their whole tech team is just of a certain nationality. And then they keep fanning these kind of things. So sometimes it might be just a very small thing, and then they just blow, magnify until very big. And they say, oh, a particular country or a particular nationality is stealing all your jobs, right? So last time they'll keep talking about like Malaysians, and then now they suddenly move over to Indians. Then I'm like, Nani, like why are we like, okay, if Singaporeans really have this kind of skill set, then go and compete with them. The problem is we can't compete. That's why people are angry. And then they say that, oh, the government's not doing enough, the company's prejudice against what, stuff like that. So I guess we are in a very very problematic time period, especially when US and China is like that also, and then now they keep fighting. So back to Bunti, right? Actually, not only Singapore is protectionist, I think US is also being very protectionist. So sometimes I think the idea of racism is even more crazier in some Western countries. So it's not so easy that we want to go and steal other people's job also. So this whole protectionist thing, right? It becomes like a tit for tat lah. You do this, I do that, then we do, then we the whole thing just escalate. So I think now it's more contentious in terms of the social compact wise, but I think the Singapore government has been quite effective in terms of trying to move around this whole issue. Like in the short term, it might be more problematic, but I think in the longer term, we've been quite well in managing this sort of unrest, social. I won't call it unrest, but tension. I guess that's my point. I think back to Eric.
Yeah, I remember, I think Bunti didn't answer your question though. Why do you want to come and steal our jobs?
Yeah, why do you come and steal our jobs?
Please answer the question. Don't talk about the supply and demand.
Yeah, I have an answer for that. Don't worry. I just forgot. It's not like I avoided that. I saw, Singapore government did a lot of things, right? Just to attract talents. They all sort of policy really to attract talents. When I look at those policy, I feel that wow, this is like really tailor-made for me. So I like it. So I come. So that's how it works. So for those who are watching and don't know about myself, I've been here for I would say 10 years already. So I like the environment here. I think it's really good environment for anyone who want to come to Singapore and contribute here. I'm one of the contributors, so I'm proud of that. And I'm also proud that I'm come from Malaysia. So no conflict on that.
Are you going to convert? Are you going to become a Singaporean?
Yes.
Do you have intentions?
Yes.
Okay.
Bunti, what is the specific policy that attracted you? Actually, you can ask Kelvin also, but yep. I start with Bunti. What's the specific policy that you find that this one works for me?
I will name like two, which is I think most relevant to me. Okay. The first one is that actually before I came to Singapore, I worked in Malaysia and I worked in Hong Kong before, and then Singapore is my third country where I work now. So I would say that in terms of the policy, right, one, the HDB housing policy, I think this one definitely something like a big plus for me, because this is where I can enjoy like a relatively higher income countries with a relatively much lower cost of accommodations. Like I think I shared with you guys my bank installment mortgage is only like 1,000 plus. So to me it's like very cheap living cost and it's a nice place to live, right? So that's one. The other one is, okay, when it comes to tax also is like considered a low tax country. Third one will be transport. Like I really like the environment where we all just take MRT and take bus and don't have to drive our own cars. So I don't enjoy driving cars. I saw that quite a number of my friends who decided not to come to Singapore even they get a job offer because they prefer a lifestyle of having their own car and so on. So I think I prefer the way of Singapore, which is like everyone, if possible, you take public transport, you don't emit so much carbon, and then I think that's the better way of living. So I like all these policies. Like, it's like a big package that I enjoy. So for those let's say foreigners, if you can consider Singapore as your next place to come and work.
I think
Next.
one wait no, I think one caveat is also for those people that might have similar sentiments to the person shooting a video, right? For Bunti's job wise or his skill set, right? I think there's quite very little people that can compete with him. So you all forget about it. Like, you all don't need to take video and say Bunti is come here steal our jobs. I think it's quite hard because it's in a very niche aspect. And yeah, so that's just
Kelvin,
some context.
last question.
Kelvin, yes.
What attracted you? Is it our girls?
To be honest, I came here purely on chance. So I came to Singapore just because my friends came to Singapore to study. But what I like about here, I was struggling to find a word for Singapore versus Malaysia. And I recently realized the word is called sterile. Sterile. Okay, it's not a bad thing, sterile. So it's like hospital sterile, right? For sterile environment, it's very hard for bacteria and germs to grow, right? But it's very good for efficiency. So when you compare to Malaysia, right, I realized the very big difference Malaysia versus Singapore is that for Malaysia, when you walk, right, the roads are a lot of potholes, a lot of weed on the side, the grass growing everywhere, the kind of like wooden house everywhere. For Singapore, it's like very nice. There's no, the roads are clean, except for the cigarette butts that people throw on the ground. Then HDBs, everyone is packed nice into the house. Education, everyone is packed nice into that whole stream, all the way up to the work. Transportation is packed nice. So everything is very nice, very sterile. So it's a place where if you want to get work done, earn a lot of money, Singapore is a good place. But if you want a relaxing place, then Malaysia, everything is very open. It's an open world. Got the grass can grow on the side of the road, that kind of feeling. So that's what attracted me to Singapore. It's a very sterile place.
Oh, I have never thought about it that way, but that's a very interesting
very
analogy,
original.
Yeah, very original. But I think being part of the system since I was born, right, all the way, I think 25 years and counting, I would say that because of the efficiency, there's always a trade-off, meaning the idea of Singaporeans being creative, being more open to thinking out of the box. I think that's very, very not expounded since young. Like, people don't know what their interest is.
So the sterileness actually sorts of kill creativeness in Singapore.
Yeah. And not only that, like, if you ask people, like, because now I'm in uni, right, you ask people what they want to do, just never mind, like, whatever pays me highest, I'll just go. What do you like to do? I don't know. Like what's your passion in life? Like, what do you want to achieve, or what do you enjoy doing? A lot of us don't know what we want to do. So I think that has been a critical issue that haven't been solved. And I think that's the trade-off. If you want to be highly efficient, you want to put people into boxes and go make the system run as quickly as possible. I think that's something I'd like to trade off. But yeah, thanks, Kelvin, for that analogy. So we hope you guys enjoyed the discussion, and do remember to help smash the like button and subscribe if you like to listen to four nerds talking about issues in Singapore. So with that, we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
For inbred.
Sorry. Or what?